This video is a supplement to our official Kährs installation guide, which can be found on our website at www.kahrs.com. You should read this guide before attempting any Kährs installation. These are the tools you'll need for a successful installation: Kährs hand block, the Kährs wedge, a moisture test for either wood or concrete subfloors, a hygrometer for measuring relative humidity and temperature, utility knife, saw, expansion shims, tape measure, a pencil, a square and a calculator. Other tools you may need include a Kährs last board puller, a hammer, and a wood chisel. In addition to the tools and the flooring, the following installation materials are also required: Kährs combo system underlayment, Kährs 3M Super Bond seam tape, Kährs Lanabond adhesive, and Kährs pre-finished moldings. Besides concrete and wood substrates, a Kährs floating floor can be installed right over existing vinyl or ceramic tile floors. Kährs is also approved for use over radiant heat systems. You'll find a complete guide to subfloor preparation in our installation guide at our website. Simply put, the subfloor must be firm, dry, and flat. Firm means that the subfloor doesn't move up and down. Usually, small amounts of movement can be removed by securing the subfloor with screws. Dry means that the measured moisture content in the subfloor does not exceed our requirements. Wood subfloors can be measured with a moisture meter like this Wagner L609. For a concrete subfloor, a calcium chloride test provides the most accurate results. Flatness of the subfloor can be checked by using the edge of an 8-foot Kährs board. The subfloor cannot vary more than 1/8 inch over 8 foot. Low spots will need to be filled in with a non-compressible material, such as roofing felt or uncushioned sheet vinyl, and high spots will need to be ground down. To prepare the room for installation, all door jambs and doors will need to be undercut to allow for proper expansion. All base and/or quarter round should also be removed and then replaced over the expansion space when the floor is finished. Taking measurements to determine proper expansion and last board width is the next step. Handy worksheets to help with these equations are available on our website. There must be 1/16 inch of expansion on all sides for every 3 feet of floor width. Remember, proper expansion must be left around everything, including door jambs and other obstructions. The other equation to be performed is to determine the width of the last board. No board can be less than 3 inches in width. Laying the Kährs combo system underlayment is the next step. All Kährs product installations need to have both a moisture barrier and a pad. Kährs combo system underlayment provides both of these in one easy installation with enhanced sound reducing properties. Wrap the underlayment up the wall a few inches to ensure the floor is protected from subfloor moisture. The seams should be butted together, not overlapped, and then taped with the provided 3M brand Super Bond 396 tape. This tape is specially designed to combine an appropriate moisture barrier with an age-resistant adhesive. Any tears in the underlayment must be repaired using the same 3M tape. After the floor is installed, trim the underlayment back to the floor height using a razor knife. Up to this point, the installation requirements and techniques are the same for all Kährs and Linea floors. This installation will feature a Kährs floor with a new patented woodlock joint. For instructions and techniques on how to install a Kährs floor with our traditional tongue and groove joint, please see our website. For installation requirements and tips on any of our Linea products, there will be a short segment at the end of this video. No Kährs product should be acclimated. All products should remain in the factory packaging until the time of installation. It is only necessary to open one carton at a time. This will help prevent any prolonged exposure of uninstalled boards to the environment. An installation featuring the woodlock joint offers many benefits: faster installation, tight joints, and no glue to clean up. The woodlock joint actually tightens itself as it installs, resulting in fewer gaps and greater stability. To assemble the woodlock joint, simply engage the tongue into the groove at approximately a 45-degree angle. Keep pressure against the seam as you lower the board slowly. The patented profile does the tightening for you. To start installing the floor, working left to right, place your first board with the tongues facing the starting walls. Insert shims to ensure proper expansion on all sides. The second board is simply lowered into place, starting at a 45-degree angle. Finish the first row by cutting the last board to length, making sure to leave the proper expansion space. Use the cutoff piece from the first row to start the second row. Kährs requires that there be a minimum 20-inch spacing between butt seams of adjacent rows. If the cutoff piece does not allow this, cut a new piece to start the second row. In addition to the 20-inch racking, Kährs also requires that there be at least one end joint in every row. To install a board along both a butt and a long seam, you will need the Kährs wedge and hand block. Insert the wedge under the previously installed board about 1 inch from the open end joint. Engage the end joint first, as you did in the starting row. Keep the long side joint in line with the adjacent board. Gently tap the long seam closed, starting from the left with the Kährs hand block. Now remove the wedge and lock the board into place by tapping lightly until the board is flat. If necessary, the woodlock joint can be installed in either direction. Continue to install the woodlock floor using the wedge and hand block method. At the end of the room, rip the last board to fit. Remember, no board can be less than 3 inches in width. Use a scrap of flooring and a hammer to gently lower the last board into place. Prior to installation, ensure all door jambs or obstacles are undercut to an appropriate height. Test the clearance with a piece of flooring and underlayment. To install a board under a door jamb or obstacle along the side joint, as in the last row, requires a slight modification. Once you've installed flooring up to the jamb, remove the locking mechanism from the groove of that row. Then apply a bead of Kährs adhesive along the protrusion. Now slide the new board under the door jamb and engage the long seam with the use of the last board puller or hand block. When installing linea, keep in mind that the minimum mandatory spacing of the butt seams is only 12 inches rather than 20 inches. As with Kährs, there must be an end joint in every row. Installing linea uses a slightly different method to engage a board along both the end and side joints. First, engage the side joint, leaving a small gap at the end joint. Then span this gap with a small piece of linea. Place the specially designed linea knocking block underneath the end of the board and gently tap it until the end joint is closed. Remove the scrap and continue. Use the linea last board puller to install the last board in the row. As with the Kährs floor, this process can be used in either direction.